Previously, we saw that when Izanami looked ahead, she saw a human standing on Godzilla's head. The Godzilla, which had been very angry just moments before, had now calmed down. That human was none other than our protagonist, Chen. He introduced himself as Chen Chu, and asked Izanami to praise him as a god. Izanami was surprised, and immediately asked Inari to analyze Chen's information. Inari replied yes, and began checking Chen's information. She used a white cat mask as a tool for her technique. Placing the mask on her face, she activated Koju Divide Sight to see through Chen. Seeing her approach, Chen jumped down from Godzilla's head and came face to face with her. He immediately recognized that she had a sensory ability similar to his own observation haki, though hers was far inferior in power. Chen's eyes turned red as he used his observation haki against her. Due to the power of Chen's observation haki, Inari's white cat mask cracked, and she was sent flying before she could even understand what had happened, crashing to the ground with a solid impact. All her comrades, and even Izanami, were shocked to see this. Izanami looked back at Inari and asked her, "Where's the intel about Chen?" Injured and lying on the ground, Inari told Izanami that the enemy had a similar insight-based mystic technique, and that her divine sight had been reflected back. Hearing this, a muscular man in a red mask stepped forward and told Izanami, "Who cares what kind of sorcery the enemy uses? I'll crush him with one punch." He immediately charged at Chen, shouting, "Die, mortal!" But before he could even touch Chen, Chen moved with lightning speed and got behind him, asking, "How dare you attack first?" Before the red mask guy could react, Chen kicked him in the face. Chen's attack was so powerful that the red mask guy went flying toward the ocean floor, where there were sharp spikes. But before he could hit those spikes, a man in blue named Daikokuten stepped in and used his reflect power. With his ability, he manipulated the red mask guy's body, reflecting the ground's force and slowing his speed, stopping him just before he hit the spikes. Seeing this, Chen realized it was gravitational manipulation, and commented, "That's a pretty fancy power." After being saved, the red mask guy became angry and told Daikokuten to stay out of it. Hearing that, Daikokuten also got angry and stopped using his reflect power. As soon as he stopped, the red mask guy's body returned to normal, and gravity pulled him down at full speed, making him hit the ground with a solid impact. Daikokuten then turned to Chen, telling him it was his turn to feel what it's like to be pierced through. He placed his hand on the ground and increased the gravity around Chen. As the gravity intensified, powerful pressure pushed Chen toward the ground, and the earth beneath him cracked. Suddenly, the ground exploded with a huge blast, destroying everything around him. But when Daikokuten looked ahead, he was shocked to see that even gravity couldn't suppress Chen. The reason for his shock was that Chen had activated his internal energy, awakened his first form, and started flying underwater. Inari was stunned, and told the others that Chen was completely neutralizing the force. However, Daikokuten couldn't accept it, and used even more gravity on Chen, but it was no use. Daikokuten couldn't believe his eyes. Chen was surpassing even divine power. On the other hand, the red mask guy also stood up, very angry at Chen for insulting him, saying that Chen would have to pay in blood. Saying this, he charged at Chen, using his Nura Erod Kadod technique to punch. By now, Chen had disabled his external energy form. Seeing the red mask guy's technique, Chen recognized that it was a physical type technique, so he decided to take it head-on to test his own strength. He blocked the red mask guy's punch with his bare hands. The punch was so powerful that the ground behind Chen was completely destroyed, but it couldn't push Chen back even an inch. The red mask guy was shocked, calling Chen a monster. After blocking the punch, Chen smiled like a devil, twisted the red mask guy's hand, broke his bones, and sent him flying. The red mask guy hit the ground with a solid impact. Chen didn't stop there. He charged toward the red mask guy, using energy palm. Seeing Chen's energy palm, the red mask guy got very scared, realizing he couldn't block the attack and was about to die. Immediately, Daikokuten came to the red mask guy's rescue again. Using his gravity power, Daikokuten pulled the red mask guy out of Chen's attack range. The red mask guy barely dodged Chen's energy palm, but the attack was so powerful that when it hit the ground, it exploded with a huge blast. As the smoke started to clear, the red mask guy saw red lightning striking inside the smoke. That red lightning was coming from Chen. Red marks appeared on Chen's face as he activated his red flame's blood explosion body. Seeing that Daikokuten and the red mask guy could not defeat Chen, Izanami ordered her gods of Takamagahara to combine their powers to defeat their enemy. All of them responded, "Yes, Great One," and charged at Chen together. Immediately, Ebisu stepped forward and activated his skill. As he used it, dozens of stone hands erupted from the ocean floor, surrounding Chen as he flew. Seeing those hands, Chen didn't make a move, and decided to see what would happen next. As the stone hands appeared around him, Ebisu smiled, placed his hand on the ground again, and used God-forged rock iron fetter. Immediately, all those stone hands turned into rock iron spikes that covered Chen's body. Even as the spikes trapped him, Chen didn't react, and let Ebisu continue. Ebisu created a rock barrier to trap Chen inside, and even succeeded in trapping him. Ebisu proudly declared, "Rocks fortified by divine power are even sturdier than iron. Even if Chen's abilities are extraordinary, he will suffocate to death in this stone prison once the air runs out." After Chen was trapped, Inari used her detection skill and was shocked. She told Ebisu that Chen was melting the rocks with intense heat. Just as she said that, the walls of Ebisu's rock barrier turned red from the extreme heat, and the next second, a hand burst out of it. Chen had easily melted Ebisu's rock barrier and created a large hole. Seeing that, the red mask guy taunted Ebisu, saying, "This stone shell of yours is as soft as natto strings. Are you even any good?" This made Ebisu very angry. He placed his hand on the ground again and used his technique, saying, "If one layer isn't enough, I'll add another." Ebisu used God-forged mass silver pivot. As he did, hundreds of silver pillars popped up from the ground all around Chen. Still thinking 2 layers weren't enough, Ebisu decided to add a third one on top of the silver pillars. He placed his hand on the ground again, and using his full power, cast God-forged celestial golden palace. Suddenly, hundreds of golden pillars rose from the ground, covering the entire 10-meter area around Chen. Ebisu used iron spikes, silver pillars, and golden pillars to create a 3-layer prison, trapping Chen inside. Doing this completely exhausted Ebisu's energy, and he collapsed to his knees, his face turning pale. The triple bind had drained all his divine power. Seeing Ebisu's condition, even the red mask guy felt bad. He told Ebisu that he really didn't have to go all out and use his strongest ability right away. He was just kidding earlier. On the other hand, a guy whose entire body was covered in flames proudly declared that no one could survive Ebisu's celestial golden palace, and that the battle was already over. Hearing that, the red mask guy spit toward Chen and said, "And here I thought he was some big shot. Didn't he just get crushed by my Takamagahara pantheon?" He said that, but was secretly supporting his broken hand with the other. Seeing Chen trapped, Izanami stepped forward and said that since the obstacle had been removed, she now wanted everyone to kill the lizard, Chen's Godzilla, and seize its origin essence. Just as she gave the order, everyone except Inari charged at Chen's Godzilla. Inari didn't move. She stood trembling in fear. Noticing this, Izanami realized Inari had seen something. She asked, "What did your divine spirit vision see?" Inari pointed at the golden mountain, and still trembling, told Izanami that the seal couldn't hold Chen. She explained that Chen could counter metal constructs, and that Ebisu's triple seal was ineffective against him. Just as she finished speaking, blue lightning burst from inside the golden mountain, shattering its outer walls. As Chen's Godzilla stood beside the golden mountain, Chen's voice echoed from within, "If you want to hunt even a hair of this ancient behemoth, you'll have to step over my dead body first. Otherwise, don't blame me for trampling over your corpses." Right after Chen finished speaking, there was a huge explosion. He destroyed the golden mountain, along with the silver pillars and iron spikes, and emerged unscathed. Seeing this, Ebisu was shocked. He couldn't believe his eyes, certain he had sealed Chen completely. But Ebisu was completely exhausted and unable to move. When a huge golden rock flew his way, he couldn't dodge and was crushed beneath it. Everything happened so fast that no one had a chance to react or save him. Meanwhile, red marks appeared all over Chen's body as he activated his Red Flames Blood Explosion's second phase. He smiled and challenged them all to come at him, declaring he would take their corpses one by one and grind them into the dirt. Hearing this, the flame guy became very angry, shouting, "Chen killed our comrades! Enough talk! Anyone who blocks our path to godhood will only find death." The flame guy unleashed his flames, saying, "My flames are different from your sorcery. My divine power can create purgatorial karmic flames that burn ceaselessly for 7 days. Your kind of lukewarm flame is better suited for brewing tea." With that, the flame guy charged at Chen and created a spear of netherworld scorch karmic annihilation to attack. He hurled his powerful flame spear at Chen at full speed, thinking he would end it in one blow, but Chen didn't flinch. In fact, he even smiled. He blew a little air from his mouth, and that was enough to completely extinguish the flame guy's spear. Seeing this, the flame guy was utterly shocked. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. When even the flame guy could not defeat Chen, the red mask guy and Daikokuten joined him. The red mask guy said he would attack from below, asked the flame guy to press from above, and told Daikokuten to provide gravity support. Daikokuten agreed, and immediately used his gravity skill to make the red mask guy lighter. After that, both the red mask guy and the flame guy charged at Chen. Seeing the three of them attacking together, Izanami said she didn't believe Chen could take on all three at once. Bitten also stepped forward and used her illusion magic on Chen's Godzilla, asking Izanami who else could help her control that fiend. With his body made lighter, the red mask guy moved very quickly and reached Chen. As he got close, he used his wrathful Raksha cannon skill to punch Chen, but before the punch could even land, Chen simply swung his hand and sent him flying, crashing into the ground with a solid impact. As Chen defeated the red mask guy, the flame guy appeared above him and used his Yomi's myriad scorch annihilation technique to shoot fire at Chen, but the flames couldn't even reach Chen and were completely deflected. Meanwhile, Inari sensed danger and warned Daikokuten to be careful, saying, "It's the dragon sealing mark," but it was already too late. Before Daikokuten could react, Chen had secretly cast the dragon sealing formation underneath him, a skill he had learned from the black dragon in the other dimension. That's all for today, everyone. Before we wrap up, I want to let you know that we've recently launched a membership program here, where you can enjoy perks like early access to videos and soon, exclusive content just for members. You'll also receive custom badges and emojis to enhance your interactions. If you're interested, consider joining our membership to enjoy these benefits. Check out the link in the description to join. See you all in the next video.